Sure,
Yo,
where you at, bro?
I'm at the crib, bro. I'm about to go to goddamn class.
Yeah, wait, man.
Hmm?
I can't I'm
You
trying to
can't
make it
what,
home.
bro?
I can't recognize anything, man.
Can't recognize it.
Everything's so blurry, bro. I don't know what's going on, bro.
You good, bro? You crying? What's wrong? Hello? Elliot.
I'm trying, man. I
What?
can't recognize anything, man.
Look, bro. Hang up the phone. Ask Siri to take you home. Well, there you have it. March 21st, 2015. The day me and my family life changed forever. I received a phone call from my oldest brother, William Stiles. And honestly, he sounded terrified. He asked me about what was the name of the highway he takes home or how he gets home from work, what road should he take, and everything was blurry and he couldn't really see and this and that, and I honestly didn't know what to do. Would you believe me if I told you my brother lost his memory?
I awakened in the hospital in early March, and I don't know where I am.
William Stiles was in his mid-30s. He was newly married, and he had a baby on the way. But 2 years ago, the Cobb County lawyer woke up in a hospital bed with no memory of who he was or how he got there.
Today, Stiles is fully recovered and sharing his strange journey. Fox Medical Team's Beth Galvin is here now with his story. Beth?
And this is really strange, Tom and Tanae, because it has been a really long 2 years for Stiles. He got sick, he lost his job, he learned in the process that he had a lot of people in his corner.
The first thought that went through my head was, not my child. He's a healthy guy. None of this can be happening to him.
William Elliott Stiles Jr. of Savannah, Georgia. Father, brother, son, lawyer, painter, poet, among many other things. But after these events that William went through, he'll forever be known as a fighter. After waking up in the hospital bed, William had no clue where he was or how he had gotten to the hospital. He looked over at his wife where you could tell he recognized her, but he didn't exactly know who she was.
So I knew her name, but I did not recognize her.
William and Amber Stiles were still considered newlyweds when this tragic event took place, not to mention they were expecting a baby soon. When William arrived at the hospital, doctors came to the diagnosis that he was suffering from an autoimmune disease called multiple sclerosis, or MS. It is known that MS is more common in people in Europe, but the United States is also up there in numbers. Within regions with temperate climates, cases of MS increase in incidence and prevalence further from the equator, or higher in latitudes. This colored map will give you an idea of the more at-risk countries. In the United States, the number of people with MS is estimated to be about 400,000, with approximately 10,000 new cases diagnosed every year. That's about 200 cases per week. The pathogenesis of multiple sclerosis includes a complex and dynamic interplay between the immune and the central nervous system's resident cells, including neurons and glial cells. Now, I hate to be any type of conspiracy theorist, but when I talked to my brother, I asked him if anything had changed in his diet or if he was doing anything different before his memory loss. And the one thing that stuck out to me is that he had gotten a flu shot, something that's not typically normal for him. The first process of MS that affected William was major hallucinations. Flu shots have had hundreds of cases where patients have complained about sleep deprivation, sleep paralysis, and nightmares.
And I tell my wife Amber, I said, hey, babe, get dressed. There are two men down in the basement. They're trying to break into the house.
I remember that first day when I went to go see him in the hospital. It was just so weird, man, the hallucinations and just he was saying some crazy stuff. He was Russell Westbrook. He was a CIA agent. There's people looking for him and stuff like that. I spoke with a city official who helps administer shots to the homeless and less fortunate and asked him about if he's ever experienced any side effects with the flu shots.
I did get sick 1 year after having a flu shot, and I understand they put the virus in your body and You're supposed to build immune systems, but it didn't happen. So at least once I've had a bad, maybe twice, over the 20-year period I've been taking them.
After days of tests and medications common for MS, nothing seemed to be working. Hope was running low. So doctors asked Amber if they can use an infusion of a drug that's mostly known as a cancer treatment called rituximab, a drug used to treat certain B-cell lymphoma. It is also used with other drugs to treat chronic lymphomic leukemia and arthritis. It is being studied in treatment in other cancers and conditions. Rituximab binds a protein called CD20, which is found in B cells and may kill cancer cells. William was given the drug, and he said the very next day his memory was restored. To this day, they are labeling it a medical marvel. Since then, he has fully recovered and takes monthly treatments of rituximab.
This whole event I would consider as a miracle for someone who did not even recognize his parents when we walked in the room of the hospital, to come to the point where he is now, completely healed. It is nothing short